Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Sunday, the 17th of August, 2025. My first day back of the week. This is a 5-day streaming week, so a shorter week for me because I have 2 days off coming up later this week. And that means that this week has a particular focus. Focus number one, finishing up Mafia the Old Country. Focus number two, starting the brand new Suikoden 2 playthrough, which you guys have wanted for a while now. It's finally coming. And focus number three, each night, make progress in the chill stream games that I'm playing to the point where we're getting close to wrapping them up. So let's talk about what happened today, shall we? Okay. So first off, on the Level 1 podcast, we talked about a few various different topics, and we actually determined that the next DSP tries it is going to be the adult Happy Meal from McDonald's. I'm not too pleased with that. I certainly would have preferred other stuff, but that's what people voted for, and that's what they wanted. So that's what you're getting, okay? Since there's only 5 streaming days this week, that's 10 streams. That means that we have to hit 8 goals within 9 streams so we can do it by Thursday. Okay, so I laid that out for everyone as clearly as I could on the Level 1 podcast. So the other major focus of the podcast was focusing on the fact of how disappointing things are right now in the fighting game community with the classic games. And what I mean by that is it's very difficult right now to play the classic 4 games that kept fighting games alive for over a decade. Marvel 2, CVS 2, Super Turbo, and Third Strike all have had collections come out by which you could play them on modern platforms, but none of these collections have stood more than a year. They all faded to obscurity and people stopped playing them. And it's just sad because I really think that they should be more accessible besides emulating them on PC illegally via Fightcade. So I had a big segment talking about why these collections have sucked, what Capcom should do to improve them, and why I think they won't. I have no idea if anyone in FGC will give a shit, but I wanted to get it off my chest because, after having played CVS 2 for the past 2 to 3 months, we're getting reinvigorated for classic fighting games, and then seeing that I can no longer even play it on PC because the player base ran away and stopped playing it, that pisses me off. I'm thinking to myself, will I ever be able to play Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo ever again? Maybe not. I may never be able to play my favorite fighting game ever again because they will not release legit collections. So anyway, that was a huge segment of the podcast. And then we moved into Battlefield 6, the open beta, because today was the last day for it, okay? So I'll talk more about this over the week, but in a nutshell, Battlefield 6, it runs beautifully on my PC, has some bugs and graphical issues. It always did. It always was kind of a buggy situation. You know what I mean? But in regards to this game, okay, I tried some other modes today. I tried the Rush mode. And what Rush mode is just smaller portions of each of the big conquest maps that are more isolated. And they're about the size of a map of playing Call of Duty. And when this happens, since there's no vehicles, it becomes like you're playing Call of Duty. In fact, I would argue they're trying to get the Call of Duty demographic to play Battlefield 6 this year instead of Call of Duty by offering this Call of Duty-esque style of play. But then there's Conquest, which is the giant maps, which have a ridiculous amount of vehicles, players on them at once, and chaos. And what I mean by that is, although Conquest can be very fun, it also can be very chaotic and frustrating. It's very hard on Conquest to get a single kill and not immediately get shot from 17 directions. That's just the nature of Conquest. You have people spawning on others. Kill one guy, 2 guys spawned on him, and they immediately kill you. Like, what the hell just happened? Or you kill 2, 3 guys, all of a sudden you're already immediately flanked, you're dead. Well, how was I outplayed? You weren't. Also, there's just chaos where if one team just plays better right at the beginning, you just basically can never come back because they'll just hold a position with the vehicles and you can't get out of it. Like, that's what happened today. I think it was my second match of Conquest. The enemy team grabbed 2 tanks, drove right up to the point where we need to go to try to take over other parts. And you just can't stop them. They just dominated. They held the entire street and we could never get past them no matter how hard we tried. it was failure. It was pretty bad. So here's the thing. I feel like Conquest can be fun, but really you need a lot of experience to know the maps, to know the placement of the vehicles. You need to study the classes. You need to really know your shit. It's very hard to just drop into Conquest, play it, do well, and have fun. As opposed to Rush, which again is like Call of Duty, that's very simple. You can easily jump in there, play it like Call of Duty, and actually have fun and do well. So that's one observation I had today. The other observation is that it just seems like the starter guns, some of them are way better than others. For example, the starter assault rifle is godlike. You can literally aim, spray, and just kill right away from any distance. I wish that was a joke. Oh no, you can kill people from ridiculously far away with this rifle. It's insane how far away you can kill with it. But then it's funny because like I'm using, say, the marksman rifle. Now the marksman rifle is single shot, but it's semi-automatic. So you can get 2-3 shots into someone, they die. You'll go 1 shot, 2 shot. You go for your 3rd shot, they just go blah, and you die because they had the rifle, the assault gun, the assault rifle. Like, well, how is that strategy? How did they outplay me? I got the drop on them. I shot them twice. I went for the kill shot, and then they just sprayed and insta-killed me. So it seems like right now the game is not balanced. Really, it seems horribly unbalanced, where certain guns are way OP and others are really shitty. And I'm sure if you unlock all the attachments and you do all that stuff, maybe then it would be balanced, right? But right now it's just not. So it's hard for me to put my finger on if this is going to be a great game or not. But ultimately, one thing surprised me today. If you remember last weekend when there was the first open beta, but it was only 2 days, one of the days I was off, and one of the days I played Mafia the Old Country because I didn't play it on release day because I was doing a marathon. So I missed that first beta, and I said, don't worry, I'll play it next week, which I have done. So you would think, since everyone was screaming at me last week, Phil, we want you to play this beta. When are you going to play the beta? And I said, don't worry, I'll play it next weekend. So I did. Today, we did not have high attendance or anything. In fact, I'd say it was just average attendance for a normal stream. And support was bad. We only got halfway to a goal. That was it. And the funny part about it was I said during the stream, so guys, I'm on the fence about this game. What I would say is this: if you guys support today's stream and we hit the goal, which I really need to get momentum going this week to see if we can do DSP Tries It by the end of this week, I'll buy the game. I'll commit to buying the game when it comes out in, what is it, October? I'll commit to buying it as long as you guys support this stream. No one did. Well, I don't want to say no one did. That's a gross overgeneralization. That's not fair. Some people did, but we had no support from Kick at all. 0 subs on Kick. Seriously, I'm not kidding. 0 subs. And then we had only like $1.50 tip. So basically, it was all on people on YouTube who did some memberships and some super chats, and we got like $76 or something like that, and that was it. So we got halfway. And I said, well, this is disheartening. Not only am I kind of on the fence gameplay-wise about if I want to get this game, people didn't even support my second stream of it. So now I don't know. Now I don't know if I'm playing this or not when it comes out in October. I'm 100% torn. I said to everyone, please leave comments on the videos. Let me know on future streams. What do you want me to do? We have 2 months to figure this out. I like the fact that Call of Duty has competition. I'm not sold that this game is going to be that competition and is going to be good enough. It could simply be that everyone else was playing it nonstop for a week and I wasn't. You know, I only played it twice. It is what it is. But, man, it's disheartening when everyone yelled at me to play it. I play it, and then people didn't support it. Like, what the hell happened, right? So we'll see moving forward, and I definitely want your feedback on this, okay? So then tonight's late stream was Grand Theft Auto 4 with mods. And as we started playing it, again, people start asking me, Phil, are you going to do the DLCs? And I'm like, you guys are driving me crazy. Did I not make it clear? I want to play the DLCs, and I would play them if you support the playthrough. But we have had multiple streams where we're not hitting goals. We're not even close. It's not like, oh, we're off by a few bucks. It's like we're only halfway there, and then no one will contribute. So I'm not committing to playing an entire DLC until we get some commitment that people will support the game, right? So I said, listen, here's what we'll do. Since last time around when we played GTA 4, we didn't hit a goal. If we hit a double goal tonight, 2 goals on tonight's stream of GTA 4, here's what I'll do. Next week, because I'm only playing GTA 4 once this week, okay? Next week, I'll play it as a day stream instead of a night stream. We'll go hard into it and try to finish it. And if we do, then we will play Ballad of Gay Tony. We'll start with that because, you know, there's 2 DLCs. we will play Ballad of Gay Tony because that seems to be the DLC everyone wants to see me play again. I've only played it once, and to be honest, I don't remember it. Okay, I don't remember the DLC. I think I remember it had huge views when I first played it, but I don't remember legit playing it or what it was. Okay, so it'll be like almost a first time experience again. So let's see. So people started to rally, like no lie, and we had over $100 of support. We were getting close. It looked like we were going to get some more support and probably hit like 150. And then all of a sudden, this new person by the name of Crimp, I have no idea who they are, CREMP. They had never talked before, okay, in chat or anything like that. They all of a sudden decide they're going to drop they are going to drop 5 subs, then 10 subs, then like 20. So I'm not even kidding. They dropped like 24 or more subs. Okay. Whoa. So people all of a sudden start saying, that's Iron Chef Sakai. That's Iron Chef Sakai. Now, listen, there's been rumors that Iron Chef Sakai has been coming back to my streams under sock accounts because he's banned and he ain't coming back. If I know that if anyone in my chat is Iron Chef Sakai, they're out. That's my boot to their ass. It was made clear months ago that behavior that they were exhibiting in my chat was completely unacceptable. They're not allowed back. I don't want them or their money. Okay. So some people were saying it's Iron Chef Sakai. And I said, well, let's just ask. And I said, hey, Crimp, are you Iron Chef Sakai? And basically they said, I don't answer the peasants. And I was like, what does that mean? And I said to them, this is not the peasants answering. They're asking. This is me. I'm the streamer. I need to know who you are. I want to make sure that you're not someone who's not allowed in here trying to, to pull a fast one again. I want to know. And basically he baited around the bush. He said something like, oh, I make 200K a year, so this is nothing to me. Something like that. And he's talking about plebeians and stuff. And I was like, dude, I don't know what you're trying to pull here. I just want to know who you are. Are you Iron Chef Sakai or not? To which he said, oh, I don't have to answer peasants. Again, like he's like calling me a peasant. I said, well, then I don't have to entertain you. You're Iron Chef Sakai, or else you would say you're not. And I banned him. And of course, everyone freaked out. I'm like, no, you have to understand something. Someone like that, I don't know who they are. They're acting like that for a reason. They're trying to get attention, right? And as much as those gifted subs would have helped, and we probably would have hit our first goal and maybe got close to the second and all of that, I would rather not have the toxic element in my chat. I don't want to have another Tutankhamun situation. Like many years ago where this guy Tutankhamun for like 2 months, he was coming on my streams, dropping big contributions, tips, and gifted subs on Twitch and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, he starts being demanding. You got to play this. I demand that you play this game. Why aren't you doing this and doing what I tell you? I'm like, because I'm not your personal streamer. I do I do my own content. Like, what are you talking about? But he was like acting like, oh, I'm buying the stream, so you got to do what I say. No, I don't. Okay. So in the case of, this new guy, Cramp, he's literally insulting me and my viewers, calling us all peasants, saying he makes a ton of money. I said, I don't want your money. And I banned him. I said, now I guarantee that probably is Iron Chef Sakai, and he's going to charge back later this week. So I continued to play GTA 4, and then 2 things happened. Number 1, Ether335, who has actually been a part of my streams for a very long time. If you take a look at my stream history on Kick, they've been following me since November 1st of last year, and they've been continuously subscribed since then, okay? So this is someone since, I would say even before Iron Chef Sakai was coming around, supporting on Kick, this person had been doing it beforehand. All right? They come in and they gift 50 subs. The hell? Then they say in chat, oh, this was a mistake, a misclick, but it's okay. You can keep it. It's all good. But I just may not be around for a while to contribute again because this was I misclicked. I wanted to do 5 and I gifted 50. And I went, now, wait a minute. This is very suspect. Is it not? Isn't it suspect that at the very same time that we had this new guy, Crimp, coming in, gifting over 20 subs, then it's revealed that he's likely Iron Chef Sakai, and he's saying insulting things to both me and the viewers. Then he gets banned. All of a sudden, the coincidence that Ether shows up at exactly the same time and dumps 50 subs? Like, what is going on here? So I outright asked Ether, are you Iron Chef Sakai? He said no. He said, no, I'm not, and I'm not Crimp. I'm not that person. So I said, well, Ether's been around for a long time. I guess these are legit. While this is all going down, Crimp supposedly joins my YouTube chat and says in YouTube chat, can you give me your email? I want to talk to you and get all this sorted out because I wasn't actually trying to insult And, and I'm thinking to myself, what? Like, what is going on here? It's just so bizarre. Why can't we just have a normal GTA 4 stream? To be honest, we didn't get as much done in GTA 4 tonight as we well should. We did a bunch of missions. We did some of the Florian missions, or Bernie missions. We did a Phil Bell mission, one of the hardest ones, the Phil Bell mission, where you got to take out all of the Triad members and steal a truck, and then you have to drive it through the city. It's a really tough mission, because the way that it occurs, like the truck has to drive away. It's scripted, but it's hard because enemies spawn next to it. And other missions too. We did a few. We did like a couple of the McCreary missions. We did two missions for Derek, the one on the boat. I remember we did. There was a few, and I failed a few missions tonight too. It wasn't smooth sailing at all. I failed a bunch of missions. All right. So anyway, decent progress, and we're near the end. Now, I believe we have a few more Mafia missions to do, and that's the end of the game. Plus, we still have a Bernie mission or two, and we still have the final United Paper mission. So, likely, if I do a major stream of GTA, we'll probably beat GTA 4, okay? So, I don't even know what to believe anymore. Like, I don't know if Kremp was legit or not. They were talking shit in the chat. People are saying that they're on Chef Sakai. I don't know if they were or not, but man, I'm not going to take abuse from a viewer just because they're contributing. Screw that. You can start insulting me and calling me and the other viewers peasants. Like, oh, I make $200K a year. What the fuck are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything? So, yeah, I don't even know if that's legit. The thing is with Ether, I really do hope that Ether's contributions are legit. If they are, I've already counted them. I actually added 2 goals saying, okay, we're at 14 out of 20 now. And I told everyone, as long as these subs come through, and I'll know on Thursday because I get paid every Thursday by K. As long as these subs come through, I 100% will play GTA 4 as a daytime stream next week, finish the campaign, and we'll start Ballad of Gay Tony. So everyone, fingers crossed that at least Ether's contributions were legit tonight. And if they were, then we're good for that next week. All right? So, man, what a night. I mean, look at the daily wrap. Look how long it was. I didn't intend for it to be this long, but this is just weird. What a weird day with Battlefield not performing and being kind of a confusing thing if I'm going to play it or not, with support that's questionable during GTA 4. I don't even know what to think right now. I hope that all the support's legit, and I do hope that this Thursday it all comes through, and then I can tell everyone it came through and we're all good and we're finishing GTA next week and we can do the DLC we've wanted to do for many years. Okay? We'll see what happens. All right. Fair enough. Tomorrow, no podcast in the morning. There'll be like a half an hour chill session. And then around noon Pacific time, Mafia the Old Country begins. We are going to try to finish the game in 2 streams this week. We got tomorrow and we got Wednesday. I'm hoping we can beat Mafia the Old Country by Wednesday. So let's see how far we get. I hope you'll show up and engage and support. I don't know if you will because this game has not done well recently. And I can't help that. I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, American Truck Sim. That always does well. So let's hope that that does do well and we can get closer to doing DSP Tries It on Thursday. All right? All right, everyone. Thank you and have a good night. What a confusing night. Scratching my head. I don't even really know what happened, to be honest with you. I guess we'll see later on in the week. But thank you so much. And by the way, just a quick reminder, Suikoden 2 starts on Tuesday. It's going to be Tuesday and Thursday's daytime streams. Please, if you were someone who watched Suikoden 1 months ago, come by, hang out, engage, and support. That playthrough did really well because people kept hanging out with me and helping me to find the characters. And we had a great interactive time, and people supported it in droves to make that happen. Let's make that happen again. I am ready for a end-of-summer chill RPG throwback experience. Everyone have a good night. See you tomorrow. Peace out.